Subject link level 7. Constellation learning Capricorn. Alright, there once was a man named Pam. Alright, I'm gonna get off the songs. There once was a man named Pam, but he was not a man. He was a god. One day the Olympians said, "We hate the Titans and we want to rule over them." So they created a lot of cool weapons and then started fighting them. Yeah! Shing! Chip, pa, 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 pa. And eventually they kept their old weapons after they destroyed their Titans into portable ways of packaging. But then later, somebody decided to go out and for a weapon. And the weapon was neither made of metal or made of soul. It was actually made of both. And it was the love. He chased women all day around. And he tried to get a date with a beautiful water spirit, as they say. When suddenly he saw that the Titans had created a monster. The Titans had made their own weapons and released their weapons and started creating the fiercest beast ever imagined. A dragon-like creature with 100 heads. They had to be ready for the fight. But nobody knew about it yet, and only Pam was the first Olympian to see it. So he decided to warn his fellow gods, and then Zeus came and told everybody, with Pam's orders, to change into animals so that they will not be recognized. Then what happens next is the pretty fun part. When Zeus changes out of an animal, opens his lightning rods, lightning, and then throws his lightning at them. Woo! And eventually he got pretty hurt after fighting the dragon beast. But then he was healed by Pain, who was the guy who warned him about. And then he finished the fighting. Hiya! But then what happened? Well, that was when the battle was over. So then, what's the point of this? Well, the point of this is to be the origins of the constellation we know today as Capricorn. What's a Capricorn exactly? Well, a Capricorn is a creature with a goat head, but with the tail of a fish. Doesn't make any sense, like a mergoat, if you ask me. But we call them Capricorns, or yeah, whatever you call them. And eventually, Zeus started to honor Pan by rearranging the star to make a portrait of Capricorn, Pan himself, in the transformation. Oh, why did Pan change into a Capricorn while they were fighting the dragon beast animal? Well, he was in the water to try to persuade the water beast. He can't breathe underwater, all gods can. And then he realized that he had to change into animal quickly, so he started changing into goat. But he realized he was in water. He didn't have enough time to change into full fish or full goat. He would be risk if he changed into a goat, and he would die. Goats can die, or sometimes they can. So, but he didn't also have enough time to change into full fish. So instead, he changed into half goat, half fish. He started swimming like a fish goat, and then boom, he changed to himself and just healed Zeus back then. Zeus was the one who was fighting all those. Nobody else did, actually. And that was why we see the Capricorn today. You can actually see the Capricorn nowadays. It can be seen in the early evenings of... It depends on which hemisphere you're on. In this book, it says in September and October. In the early evenings of September and October. And it is a part of the zodiac constellations. And it is the second and dimmest zodiac constellation of all. So, I guess this is where I should conclude this episode. If you are more interested in Greek mythology, please watch my videos on Greek mythology or watch them on somewhere else. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next episode and should hang out. Peace!